Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's talk a little bit about one-way binding. So one-way binding is basically getting code, C# code, represented up in the HTML section. Okay, so how do we do that? So what we do is, for example, we typically use the @ sign, and I'm going to say @press. And so what press becomes, press is now a variable. It's not actually the text of press. It's a variable. And so it's giving me an error saying this doesn't actually exist. There is no variable. So you can't represent it. So down here, what you'll do is you'll put public string press. Actually, let's just do this. Equals here. Let's do that, and let's see if that works. It did not work. Let me try this over again. Here we go. All right, so here it is now. Okay, so what happens here is the value here, down here, gets bound to up here. It's a one-way binding. Over here, the value press gets introduced right there instead. Okay, now notice this is a field. So what we usually like to do is we like to have properties instead of fields here. So what I'm going to say is the better way to do it is better, okay? So that's just what we'll go ahead and define it as. I'm not exactly sure why properties are better than fields. I think it just has to do with the ability to just minimize the interface into these data variables as best as possible, okay? Because with you get a little bit more flexibility. This doesn't really make a big difference because this property is the same thing as a field, right? But with properties, you can make sure that they're not alterable, changeable, and stuff like that. So not as easily manipulated as fields are. So that's why, but this example is a terrible example of that. And so we'll just go ahead and redo that again. And it's better inside there. Okay, so that's an example of one-way binding. The information from the C# code gets introduced as a variable into the HTML code. Okay, thanks.